Welcome. Today we have with us Ms.NanthiniPriya.VS. Ms.NanthiniPriya is a product designer, dancer, traveler who is aspiring in making a difference and creating this world a more sustainable for every living species we share this planet with. She has won awards on her punctuality for 100% attendance for 15 years continuously. That's great, isn't it? And has also been recognized in newspapers for it. She has won various awards in state level for classical dance Bharatanatyam. She has graduated from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun, and has completed her bachelor's in product designing. She has also done her exchange on Istanbul and acquired a change to work with the municipality of Kapidang Peninsular Erdik in creating a sustainable solution for the region. She is aspiring to work on more projects and bring a change and play her part in saving the environment through design. Happy to welcome you to our show. Welcome, Ms. Nanthini Priya.
Thank you, Mom.
To start with, let us have a small goodie story about your life journey, please.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to talk here, because it is a big privilege for me that I'm talking with you right now. Thank you so much. And to start about me, hello, I'm Ms.NanthiniPriya.VS. I am a product designer. Like, I'm proud to say that I'm a product designer. And when you want to hear my story, like, I am born and brought up in Coimbatore, and I moved out of Coimbatore when I was 17. I did my university in Dehradun at University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, and I did also my exchange, and I have worked with the municipality in Turkey for a year. So right now, like, my main goal, like, throughout my journey, I have always been a person who has been thinking about the environment. I don't know why that was in me, but every time, even when I'm in India, I used to be like, why can't we change? How can we change? That has always been in my mind. So even when I grew up, and right now being a designer, I'm again, somehow my life has been leading towards the same path. Like, by the end of the fourth year, like, I'm trying to work on sustainability and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how my journey has been, like, till now.
I heard that you have got 100% attendance, that too 15 years continuously without any break. That's something great.
Yes.
How did you do it?
Okay, the truth is, from my in my school, like, they're very strict. Like, you can't go late. Even if you take like half day off, like, you won't get any attendance. Like, you'll be marked absent for the day. So in such a condition, like, I think it's my parents. Like, when I was in my preschool, my pre-KG, LKG, and UKG, like, I didn't really know much about it. So they made sure, like, I went to school every day. I didn't fall sick or anything, by God's grace. And during those times, like, all those 3 years, I used to get these certificates and everything during my annual day. And as a child, and when you go up on the stage and everything, that was something very, like, when everyone are there and clapping, that was very motivating at that point. But then, I don't know, at a very young age, that was like in first grade or something, it became something of my thing. Because at that point, even everyone used to come and ask, என்ன இந்த ஏஜ்லயே வந்துட்டு நீங்க குழந்தை லீவ் போடாம போகுது 3 வருஷம் போயிட்டா. So that also was a bit motivating for me. And my parents never also allowed me to take a day off. And I also at one point didn't ask them. And when I grew up, it became like, even if I have a normal headache or something, like when I fall a bit sick or something, in my school, they'll be like, do you want to go home? I'll start to cry, actually. I'll be like, no, I don't want to go home. I'll start to cry. So I think it started as a motivation of certificate and stuff. But then I realized it was something which a lot of people don't do usually. Like, that too, when you grow up, people will try to take more days off. Like, they will come up with reasons and stuff. So I thought maybe this can be an achievement which I can actually do. Like, I've been doing it, and if I can do it, like, I needed to stand out of the crowd. I needed to do something which people didn't actually think of also doing. So that's how again, thank God, like, nothing big happened in those 15 years. And I was able to go to school like every single day for 15 years. So that's how it happened.
Wonderful to know that. Maybe your parents are so keen on it and they have created such a wonderful practice in you, and they have took care of you, your health, and you had a good practice also. That's wonderful.
That is
Amazing.
true, ma'am. That is true. Like initially they were also the reason, because I'm also happy because now that I did it, my cousins, like people who are, because I'm the eldest in the family, so people who are behind me, now they are trying to follow me. They were like, Akka has done it. Like now even I have to do it. Like even I have to get that award. I have to come on the newspaper and stuff. So they look up to me. So I'm proud, like I'm being a role model to someone in a smallest way.
Good. Can you share some few words about the project that you have been into?
So what I feel is in South, like now it is developing, but I joined this course like 4 years back. And at that time, people, even like even I didn't know what exactly product designing was when I was joining into the course. And even till date, what people think product designing is maybe like just designing some clothes, or you can just design some random logos, or you can just design interiors. But people don't understand like how important a product designing is. Like let's take the evaluation of a phone or a TV, like how it started and how it has evolved in these upcoming years. Like everything, design matters in every single thing. Every single thing which you use, like a chair can have like thousands of designs. Like chair is a product, and the chair which you use in your office and the chair which you use at your home is different. Like you take your lamp, take a phone, like how it's been evolving, like everything involves like a design. And it's not just easy like you have a book to read, or like you'll be learning from the book. It's about creativity. It's about like how you solve problems with your ideas and everything. And you also have few set of rules that you have to follow to do this product designing. So I just want to say like how important a product design is in everyone's part of life. And because the reason I'm saying is this is like people literally think that designers are someone who can't really learn. That's why they just took designing. But they don't know the hard work and sleepless nights which you put in. Because like when I actually work on a project and when I'm not able to get a solution for the problem, like if I'm taking a lamp and working and I'm finding this problem that I have to solve, until I solve the problem, I don't get good sleep. Even in my sleep, like I'll be like, how to solve this problem? Like, what should I do to solve this problem? You don't get good sleep at all until then. And again, it's not an easy product process. Like you just do one design and it's a success. No, you have to do so many explorations. You have to then make prototyping and you have to see if it will work or not, if people like it or not. So I'm just saying like how important it is and how there's a big future in this path. So I would really love to encourage a lot of people to take it. Like it's not like, yeah, engineering, doctor. It is, you should never compare anything with anything. Like everything has its own, like advantages and disadvantages, and everything is equally important. That's what I would like to say. And talking about my project, like in the past years, I've worked on a lot of projects. Like, let's say like I worked on room heaters, furniture, shoes, and various things. But in my third year, like these two projects are very close to me actually. My third year, I worked on a project called Able. Like it was actually a group project and we worked on it. And Able, we know that we have a lot of disabled and special kids in India mainly, like with this population. And then we chose one disability which a lot of people are not focusing on but can be improved. So that was cerebral palsy. And so we had to do a lot of research and stuff. And when we came to know children can actually, like when you give them proper physiotherapy and proper exercise and proper kind of treatment, it can be improved. So that was the finding. But you see, like in a country like India, most of the people are middle class people and they already run on a budget. And these kind of treatments usually cost a lot. Like people who have a lot of money, like somehow they give that to their kids. But even the poorest want their kid, whatever it is their own blood. So they want their kid to do something useful in their life. And that's how we came up with this kit, which is like a very affordable kit for everyone, which will help them with their physiotherapy and their everyday life for a kid with cerebral palsy. So that was one of the project that was very close to me. And then my other final project, which I worked in Istanbul, was regarding sustainability. So the project was mainly how it started was, it was a small island called Kappadok Peninsula, Erdek. And the municipality people, like the main goal was to do a research in the island and do something sustainable for the region, like make this region more sustainable. And so as we know, we have 17 sustainable design goals of the UN, and it involves like no poverty, zero hunger, good health and wealth, like life on land, life underwater. And their goal is like all the countries should reach this goal by 2030. That is the main aim. So this small island, like even the smallest change which you can do will be helping you in the future. That is the main goal of sustainable designing, because you don't concentrate only on now. You have to concentrate on the next 25 years also. So that's how we started. And I realized like there's like plenty of seaweed in the region, and people don't really utilize it. You get like 2 to 3 different kinds of seaweed in the region, and it's like it is available in tons, and people just take it and they throw it away. So that's how my project actually started. I was like, it's a very usable material. Why are they throwing it away? Maybe I should show them that you can actually do something with it. That you're getting it for free. So that's how it started. And I had to do a lot of researches and day and night of work. And finally, I did come up with few usable materials out of the seaweed. I'm like, and then the place is known for like olive farming and olive factories. So I had to like talk with the olive factory owners, and they had like the thermoform packaging. So this is like the practical life of a human, like a man. First, money comes first. That's how they see this point. So when you're doing a product, this is also main goal. I have to make sure that they are also profiting out of it. They don't incur any kind of loss. That's only when they're even ready to listen to you about the project. So that was also a main thing which I was facing. But with God's grace, like we were able, because it was available for free, and we were trying to make use of the women of the region to make the material, so that they can make the material and give it to these owners, so they will also be getting an income. So we were trying to design the whole system. And now they're also like trying to work on it more, and it's like also an ongoing project. So now this material can replace thermoform and packaging right now, ma'am. So even one thermoform, it takes millions of years to decompose. So even if you're not throwing one thermoform and saving one kind of bird or wildlife or sea animal, whatever it is, it does make a difference for me. So I'm happy like how this project is going.
Nice to know that. So from Coimbatore, you traveled to Dehradun for your higher education, and from there you went to Istanbul for the projects. So a lot of changes, cultural changes and geographical changes. You might have faced a lot of challenges at this young age also. So how did you overcome those challenges? Can you name out some personality trait of yours which helped you out to come out of it?
Of course, I would love to. So when I actually moved out, I was 17 years old, and for the 17 years I have been in my house, I was like this pampered kid who will get everything. Like at least like even though I had to do my work and everything, like from my childhood, I always liked to learn new stuff. I'll be like, I want to go to this class, I want to go for dance, I want to go for music class, art class, this class. But then when you're moving out of your house, and I had to move into a hostel where I didn't even have like, I had to use common washrooms and everything. In the beginning, I was crying, like even though it was my choice, but it was like 3,000 kilometers away from my hometown. And I didn't know a single person in that place. It was a big challenge. And actually, like I'll tell you about my initial challenges now, because since I told you like product designing is not again a big thing here, like people don't know about it. It was the same, like you had very few colleges that was offering that course. So when I joined the course, I'm the third batch in India who was graduating from Bachelor's of Design, that course. Like it was only 3 years since it came, even in NID and IIT and everything. So I really wanted to get into NID or IIT and everything, but I didn't know how to get in, or I didn't know what kind of coaching I have to take. I literally went to a person who was teaching architecture to get into a design course, because I didn't have proper training, or I didn't have proper guidance. And there were hardly 4 to 5 colleges which I can get in. And literally like first 3 colleges, I was able to clear the first round. But in the second or third round, I don't know what a portfolio was, or I don't know what are they expecting from me. Like, because no one has told me what it is, or even in my class, in my school, I'm the only person who took this course. So I didn't have anyone to guide me or anything, even though my parents did leave me like, whichever path you want, you can choose. But then I didn't have proper guidance at that point. So that was one of the biggest challenges. And since I was a third batch, I only had like 2 years of, like preparation papers and stuff. So I was like in a very bad situation because, like 12th, you have to score good marks at the same time. Like you have to concentrate on this because these exams come during January itself. And it's also the time where you're preparing for your 12th boards at that time. So I was under a lot of pressure at that point. And people literally said like, okay, if you're not able to get in, you can either take a break or you can either join another course. Like even I was like, okay, maybe I will also apply for other colleges if this is the case. But then somehow, like in the last minute, I passed the entrance examination, and then I was able to give my interview, show my portfolio, because design, your 12th marks doesn't really matter. You have separate entrance exams, and you have like separate interviews, and you have to show your portfolio submission. They see like, why do you want to take this course? Because designing, if you don't have the passion, you can't really do the course. Like if you don't love what you're doing, you can't. You'll literally go crazy in it. So that was my first challenge. And somehow I got into a college that was like 3,000 kilometers far away. And when I went there, the language barrier, I was not good at talking, or like I was not good at understanding. So every time I talk in English, like I was also made fun of, like, in Hindi is a mother tongue, why don't you talk? I was like, okay, but I know English. Like sometimes even you will be cornered, like you won't be able to get into the group. Like even when you try to get into the group and they're having a regular conversation, it's just in Hindi and you will be just like sitting there. So all that did hurt me at one point, but I did manage. Like I did try learning Hindi, and now I can talk and listen and understand everything clearly. That was also a pushing point. Like let's say when you actually face a trouble or something, I think it's just a pushing point. When you get outside your comfort zone, that's when you start to learn. And even the first day when I went to my hostel, like it was a very difficult situation. I was literally thinking about the hardship I faced to actually get into the course, and I really needed to prove myself. I can't just cry and come back, or like, because my parents were like, if you feel hard, just come back, it's fine, you can do something. But then I didn't go through so much to come back. So I think one of my characteristic traits is like I actually can get along with a lot of people. I am very talkative, I am very expressive. And even in my university, like at one point I kind of started to get to know like the higher authorities, like and stuff, and I became a campus ambassador. I was also like in the disciplinary club and everything. So that's how you start to get connections. And at one point they were like, oh, there's this girl, I feel you should stand out of the crowd. That's what I like to do. Like you should always stand out of the crowd. That was also the reason I actually chose this course, because every time, even now when they ask what you're studying, and when I say like product designing, they're like, oh, this is a course which no one takes. Like, why did you take such a different course? Because I wanted to stand out of the crowd. That's what I like doing. And I think like keeping a strong mind, you shouldn't come down. And I also should thank my parents for giving me support. Like every time I'm down, they kept motivating me. And I always knew like I can fall back to someone. So that also kept me going. Like you can just keep going and it's not going to kill you. Just keep moving forward. Like the worst that can happen is kill you. Like if you don't die, it's good. Right? So that somehow kept me going now. Like I was talking in English only to my friends, but then it happens when you start talking in Hindi. Even now they make fun of me when I talk in Hindi. They be like, you have this posh accent when you talk in Hindi. But so I actually started learning Hindi by talking to these auto drivers, or when you go out to the shop owners, because even if you talk wrong, they won't know you. They're not going to tease you or anything. And then I started watching a lot of Hindi movies actually. And then I did notice that knowing Hindi was very important there actually. Like it's just a language which you have to learn. And I think like I feel Hindi is a very easy language. If you want to learn it, you can actually learn it. Like nothing against language or anything. It's a nice language actually. So
but then how did you manage in Istanbul?
That was okay. Istanbul was, again, like it was whole Turkish. And I haven't heard a single word in Turkish. Like even the pronunciations and everything were so difficult. Like they had like ooh, you, and I was like, I don't get those things in my mouth. And there again, I had to take some Turkish classes, at least to know the basics, like to know like if I had to go to a shop, or if I had to at least greet someone or tell them like bon appetit or something like that. So there are people where like they love foreigners actually. Like even Istanbul was a very nice place. You can find a lot of foreigners who you can talk in English. with. But mainly when I was doing my research, since I wasn't in the city, I was more in a village region, and it had like very old people and stuff. They loved me. They loved to talk with me, but I didn't understand anything. So usually I was also grateful that I had few teachers who were guiding me there. So usually they come there and they kind of help me in translating, but I always learn those few starting words. So you know why you have to learn those words? To make them feel that you're one among them, or at least like to show that you're putting an effort to know their language or to know their culture. Like you don't have to talk much. It's fine if you talk wrong or something, but it's good that you have to try to put in the effort. Like, but at the same time, I also had this thing, like I had to keep it in my mind that I had to learn it. Like I didn't like someone coming and say like, yeah, you should learn this language to do this. I feel everyone should take their own interest to learn something new or something. So I did go to a few Turkish classes, and now when someone hears me talk Turkish, they were like, oh, nice. Now you're bringing in accents in your Turkish. So when you're being there, like now I don't understand full Turkish, but I can manage. If I get lost, I can get back home. That's how it. I think it's again, if you want to learn something, if you put your mind towards it, you will do it, man. That's what I think. And again, if you get out of your comfort zone, and if you have the need for it, like it's kind of human survival, you will learn it if you have to survive there.
Exactly. Very well said, actually. And also, you have a need for achievement from inside, even from your schooling. So that has made you to go out of your comfort zone. And always going out
Yes,
of your comfort zone will give you a wonderful learning experience also. So it's nice to hear that. And I also heard that you have been into Bharatanatyam classical dance, and you have won a lot of prizes, and you have done a lot of programs in it. Few words
yes,
about it.
yes, mom. I actually got on the stage when I was 3 years old. I literally my mom went and joined me in classical dance when I was 3 years old, and both classical and Western dance. And from then, dance has been like, even when I talk, that's why I'm being so expressive these days, because like you have to give expressions. Like that's the reason like I'm being very expressive. Sometimes when I talk, people will be like, oh, you know classical dance. I'm like, yeah, of course I know classical dance. And when I grew up, I should thank my school for that, because they let me get on the stage at a very young age. Like the reason I don't have any kind of stage fear right now is like let me get on the stage when I was like 3-4 years. Like you can just go there, show your talents, and they give equal importance to both extracurricular activities at the same time as studies. So I think like I have to thank my school for that. And yeah, so when I grew up, it was nice, like because I was having a lot of teachers, and when you grow up, you realize like what your passion is and if you're good at it. And I have also like got a chance to dance at Brihadishwara temple at Tanjavur. Like that was a very big dream of mine, and it came true. And I think like it is still my passion, and still I would like to really like, because like last few years, because of all this traveling and stuff, I do try to keep in touch with it, but there was some breakage. But I'm pretty sure like now I have taken a decision, like no, I have to continue with it.
It's nice to know that you have been into Bharatanatyam classical dance, and you have taken up a lot of foreign projects also. But how did you manage your time?
My time. Okay, actually like a designer never has enough time. Like you have to keep thinking even in your sleep. That's the truth. Like but then sometimes when you have like hectic projects, you have like a lot of work, ma'am. It's not very easy as everyone thinks, because here you don't have like the right path or the wrong path. If every product you take or every project you take, it has a different path. Like if I'm taking a lamp or if I'm taking a table, I have to do a different kind of research than what I have to do for a TV or a computer. So everything was more of self-learning. But how I managed my time was I love planning. Like I literally love planning. So I used to write down. Literally write down. So it kind of gives me a feeling like I have everything under my control. Like when you write down, okay, I have to finish this by this time or this date, and it feels like okay, your mind is not scattered, or you have whatever you're planning or project is under your control. That kind of helped me to go with it. Or even if it takes one day, I'm like, yeah, okay, like only this is left. Or that's how I actually did my planning. So my trick was write it down, or so that you have everything in your mind.
Good, good. Who is your role model actually?
That is a very tricky question actually, because my role models do keep changing actually. My first role model actually is my father. That's the truth actually, mom. Like what I am right now is because I have seen how he is, and how he was towards the environment, how he loves to help everyone. Literally, like he loves to help everyone. And see, growing up, seeing him was the reason. I think that is actually the reason why from childhood I became like this. Because without a reason, you don't just get into the field. And then at one point, now all my role models, like I can say every single person I see like trying to do something new for the environment or trying to bring the smallest change. Like even nowadays kids are voicing out for the environment or trying to bring a change. I see them as role models. I'm like, that kid is able to do, why can't you do? Like I feel everyone can do, but you have to put in the effort, or you have to be ready to put in the first step. You shouldn't wait for the next person, like, yeah, when they do, I'll join them. If you do that, it's too late. So right now I see like everyone, every single person trying to bring out a small change as my role model actually.
Nice to hear that. So apart from dance and your interest towards environmental sustainability projects, like any other hobbies or de-stressors that you have?
Yes, ma'am. Traveling is my passion. It's literally my passion. Like even now, people ask me like, how do you get to travel to so many places at this age? But I think again, for the previous question, it's like planning or timing. You manage your time. You say like, okay, I'm going to work for this month or these 3 months. I'm going to work hard, and then it's like a gift for yourself. So you'll work towards that. You finish this goal, you get to travel. And then I also try to make use of my opportunities. Like everywhere I go, like I try to travel all over India, and when I went to Turkey, I tried to travel in Turkey also. And I was lucky that I got the opportunity when I was 19 to go on a road trip from Delhi to Leh Ladakh through bike. It was more than like 3,000, 4,000 kilometers. We didn't have cell phone tower. It was just me and my brother who was younger to me. He was 18 years old, and we just started. And we didn't have cell phone tower. We didn't have proper food or water even on the way. The roads were really bad. We didn't expect that. It was like a 15-day trip, and I actually learned a lot in that trip. It was one of my best trips. And the reason that traveling became my passion was everywhere I travel, like the cultural differences. And even in Turkey, even though it's the same country, it's like India. Every place you travel, like every small village you travel, they have their own specialty or their own food, their own culture. And it's very interesting to know those people or to learn them or how they welcome you. So right now, one of my main goal is to travel all over the world and visit all the countries. I hope I get to do that someday. So that's my other biggest passion.
Very interesting to know that, and that too at a very early age, you have started doing all these newer ventures, right?
Thank you.
Nice. So I think your life has a variety of learning experiences, correct?
That is true, mom. I sometimes I feel like an old person at this age. That is the truth. Because experience does teach you a lot. That's what I feel. Because staying alone, away from home, that too mainly during this pandemic, I wasn't home. It's been only like 2 weeks since I came back here, back to India, because only now I got to come back. But I was there, stuck there alone for 3-4 months, away from home. Like it's a big thing. People think sometimes, yeah, it's not a big task to stay away from home, but you have to do everything on your own, and it's a very difficult time. And it does teach you a lot.
Exactly. So your target groups are like any companies who wanted to go into a product design or a process design will be
Product
your
designing.
client, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
they can
ma'am.
approach
Any
you for the
manufacturer,
design.
yes, ma'am, they can, because I'm a product designer, and I have worked on different products and projects, and any kind of people who are manufacturing products, or if they want any designer to do even the smallest change in their products, like I'm available, and they will be my clients.
So what are your future plans? Like you have taken up a very niche area, a new vertical to most of us. product design. So what is your plan next?
So my plan is to have my own product design firm that also mainly concentrates on, again, making the products more sustainable. But at the same time, right now, as a freelancer and I'm starting my firm now, I'm working on a lot of projects, mainly like firms that are into manufacturing of products, such as like home appliances, hospital equipments, furnitures, or any kind of consumer products, or also like people who are into the smart city projects, which has like system designing and stuff. So I take such kind of projects, or like I design like product designs for those kind of firms, or like even the smallest firms, or like even the smallest design change needed for the products, like we are taking it up.
That's wonderful. So you're ready to give consultation to anybody, any firm, globally also, right?
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
not
Yes, ma'am.
restricting
No,
yourself
no.
geographically.
Of course, ma'am. No, like we are ready to take like anywhere around the world. Like it will be a pleasure. And my future dream is also like to expand as much as possible. That is my future dream also, ma'am.
Wonderful.
I'm also like giving consultation for people who are planning to get into this design field, because as I told, it's a blooming field. So I have taken down all different kinds of lists of schools and colleges, and what kind of preparation you have to do for the exams, and what are the steps you have to cross, and what kind of portfolio you need. And I'm also helping people with their portfolio right now, so they can also approach me regarding that.
Great to know that. So at this young age, you have done a lot of great things in life. Thanks a lot. It was wonderful to hear all your life journey experiences. I pray to the Almighty and wish that you achieve all your future plans successfully. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was great. It was very nice talking to you. Like, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
We'll meet you all with another wonderful women entrepreneur. Thank you.